What's up, YouTube? Welcome back here to another video. I know it has been quite some time. My apologies, and I'm sure this place probably looks a lot different from the last time. We've been chugging away on it once the metal got done, and I'll give you a quick pan. Of everything there. So it turned out really nice. We were very happy with it, and it feels good to be doing something on the truck today. Finally back. It's like I said, it's been forever, and I know I suck at doing content like this, but I'm trying. So what we have in store today is we are going to be swapping the Hydroboost out on my truck. Nothing really wrong with it, but I kind of wanted to do the 2011 Hydroboost conversion. So everyone talks about it, and this is the unit here, 2011, and it looks identical pretty much to the one that's in there, but supposedly they are upgraded internally, so you're supposed to get a much better, firmer feel out of your brake pedal. Mine's really not that bad to begin with, but I have drove some of these older trucks that are just plain awful and terrifying. Mine isn't too bad. I really hope no one was ahead of me and did that before, but I don't know. We're going to be in it for the experience. It's supposed to be a very simple thing. First, we're going to end up getting all of the flushing the fluid out. I'll explain that in a minute. And then it's just 2 bolts to get this reservoir. You can pull it this way, and then it's 4 bolts from the inside and a pin on the pedal, and it comes loose. And obviously our lines and stuff, which our lovely power steering lines, are going to make this a hell of a lot easier than if you had stock steering lines in there. But other than that, we really haven't done too much to the truck here. Like I said, it's kind of been on hold with just everything going on. So after we do this today, I was going to also throw this in the same video, but I don't have the stuff for it. We are also going to be doing a power steering cooler here. These trucks do not have a power steering cooler, and I've noticed when I'm driving this thing around a lot, it starts to whine, and you can just tell that the fluid gets hot over long periods of time. So we're going to be putting that power steering cooler like right behind the grill in here. I need to get some metal yet to make like some braces to mount it in there. So we're going to do that in another video. So that is coming. I got like some stupid stuff, like I'm going to put a new shifter in because mine's getting a little iffy. The little manual shift button on it's a little iffy, and we were messing around with some exhaust hangers. I got a new tip here that I'm going to get powder coated the same color as the wheels. Just little stuff like that. Nothing major. Of course, try and be careful. Made a freaking mess. Gotta love that. So the best way I've found to really drain power steering fluid, I know on the diesels, you'll find some videos out there that show you, and I did it this way before, taking this hose off here, putting a hose on, and then just running a hose from that right into a bucket out here. And basically the way you drain it that way is you just pump the brakes, and as the fluid comes out of the return, you can slowly flush it that way. It takes a long time, and I really think it's harder on the pump when you start to get low on the fluid. So really the best way I think to do it is, I gotta see if I can let's see if you can see. So right down in here, you can see where I have this line, the metal line that comes off the back of the pump. Right here, I have it plugged off. So basically, you'll take your return hose, which you can see the rubber hose that I have running off the pump there, and then you will run it into a container like I did there, and basically as soon as you start the truck, it will blow all of the fluid out of the reservoir and the steering box mostly in like a couple seconds. So basically what I do is I start the truck, and as soon as you see it start coming out of here and it's really slow, it slows down, then it gets real white and foamy. Give it a second and then just shut the truck off. So now what I'll do, and I think I'm just gonna wait until I get the new Hydroboost in because it's easier with 2 people and Mark's coming. But so then what you'll do is you'll want to jack the front end of the truck up so that the tires are off the ground. And then what we'll do is we will refill the reservoir with our AMSOIL power steering fluid, and then start the truck up, and you'll rotate the wheel back and forth a bunch of times with the tires off the ground. You got to make sure that they're off the ground so there's no load. So you'll run the steering box back and forth a bunch to push out all that old fluid and work the new fluid in. I'll flush it one more time and then we'll be good to go, because we'll be flushing it again when we do the power steering cooler probably anyways. So I'm not going to be really too picky with it, but yeah, so that's what I've always found the best way to do it. Like I said, I think it's just easier on the pump, and I think it's faster too. So with that being said, we get the fluid done. We'll start disconnecting our lines and unbolting some stuff up there. All right, so we got the lines disconnected up here. At least I was able to keep it clean up here. So we just got to do this nut and this nut over here, and this will slide forward a little bit, and then we'll go to the inside of the truck and I'll show you what we got to do in there. So we're gonna get this done now. Okay, so one thing we found out here was these studs come out. You can see they are reverse threaded, so that when you tighten this nut on, it tightens up the stud too. But you can take them off here so that basically it will aid you when you get this loose, because you can only move this thing about that much before it kind of stops. So we can get them studs out, and then we'll be clear. It'll give us some more room. All right, so coming into the cab here, we got this clip off. This is basically on the pin. I doubt I'm gonna be able to show you guys, but there's the pin. You can probably see the side of it. There's a pin up here that basically just goes through the pedal that connects it to the shaft on the Hydroboost. Got that pin off, and then it's just 4 bolts. You can see, get my hand, 1, 2, 3, and 4 up there. Just those 4, and then we should be able to take this thing out. After a little bit of fighting, we did get it out. Wasn't too bad. I was really happy to see that I didn't have to take this intercooler pipe out, because I really thought I was gonna have to. But yeah, it's out. So we're just gonna clean everything up real quick and start getting a new one in. But you can see over here side by side, there really isn't too many differences as far as I can see. The only thing I see is on mine. I see this groove down here, and there's no groove on this one, so that at least shows you that they're a little bit different. And I guess you can see that logo, that little sticker, AEZ and AABY, so they must be different. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped to get this thing in here and see if we can notice a difference. I'm not gonna switch my fittings over until I physically get it in there, just so I don't risk banging these up, because it was tight wiggling it out. But yeah, it looked like it was a little wet back here too, so I'm wondering maybe if this thing was starting to, the seals were starting to leak just a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, we'll get the new one in here. Alright guys, so we got everything inside the cab, the 4 nuts back on. We got the pedal, the pin thing back together. So that's all done. I put a little bit of Loctite on those studs on the inside. It was kind of hard, but so basically now all we're gonna do is thread our studs back in here. We'll bolt this back on, and then we just gotta swap our fittings in and put our lines back on, and we'll bleed the put some new fluid in, and like I said, jack the front end up, and we'll work that old fluid, rest of that old fluid out, and then we will be done here. So overall, not too bad. It was kind of a fight getting this thing out and back in, but not too bad at all so far. So we got the reservoir filled back up here, and everything is buttoned up and back together. So we're gonna fill this thing up and start the truck. I'm gonna jack the front end off the ground. Like I said, we'll run that steering wheel back and forth, pump the brakes a little bit. We'll flush it one more time, and then I'll refill it up and we'll be done. And then the next video we will be doing like a power steering cooler and a little power steering fluid filter. So, but I'm not going to be too picky right now with the fluid thing. But yeah, pretty pumped. Okay, so we got the fluid topped off. Everything looks good, no leaks. So now it's just to take it for a drive and see if we can notice a difference. I'll shoot a video on my way home here and catch up with you guys in a minute once we're on the way out of here. Okay guys, so on the way home here, yeah, like I said, extremely noticeable difference. I'm very shocked. I really didn't expect it to be this noticeable at all, but it is very noticeable difference. And like I said, the installation was pretty easy. It was a direct bolt-in installation. I mean, I did it mostly by myself. Mark came at the end and helped with you know, bleeding the rest of the fluid out and all that good stuff. But yeah, not bad at all. Definitely recommend it. So I'll catch up with you guys when I get home here for a ultimate final review. Just made it home here. Just topped the fluid off since it was hot. It's always good to check it when it's hot. It's the more accurate way, I should say. Yeah, I am like very happy with how it turned out. Much better. It feels like you're driving like a newer vehicle, and so I definitely recommend the upgrade if you're unhappy with your brakes. Like I said, my truck wasn't even that bad. I've driven some other of these year ranges of truck, and they were far worse than mine. I think my power steering lines and just all that kind of stuff I've done to this thing, I think it made a little bit of a difference. And I think that's why mine felt better. But yeah, with that new Hydroboost, it's unbelievable. So it was only like $200 from Rock Auto, I think. So it's not like it's breaking the bank, and it was about 3.5 hours total install, really. Like I said, I was by myself for most of it. Mark showed up at the end to help me with the fluid and everything, so it wasn't bad. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys tuning in for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps some of you guys out. If you got any questions, leave a comment or whatever. I'll try and help you in any way I can. But definitely recommend this, guys. And thanks for tuning in. Try and have some more stuff coming on this thing, and hopefully some more shop builds and stuff. So the content should be coming. Alright, so with that being said, guys, we're going to wrap this video up here. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for all the support on the channel. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, whatever, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys.